We all have at least one friend that's exactly like this. It doesn't matter how clearly we say it, they always need a second one. But hey, you've probably said what too when you didn't hear someone properly. You put out around 50 watts a day. Not that much when you consider the fact that we speak more than 13,000 words a day. We should probably spare them a little sympathy if that's possible. If Ifs are harder to come by. You say if around 35 times every day. The amount of whats and ifs differs from person to person. After all, we do different things and have different lives. But we can all agree that people who say what every time they hear something are quite annoying. I certainly don't want to be like them, nor do you, right? But what if you are already one of them? Our brains love looking good and can often write off the dumb things we do as right. Have you ever gone to a test so confident that you'll ace it but end up failing the whole thing? A little embarrassing, but don't be, because you're not alone. Around 12% of candidates overestimate their test scores as well. In this case, we basically ignored our incompetence, which is why a lot of us tend to be surprised when we get objective feedback. There's another type of bias in our brains that changes how we see things, but the worst part is we don't even notice it. It's called confirmation bias. When you're still a kid, you've probably heard the phrase, stop eating so much candy. That thing always makes you act weird. I actually believed this and didn't question it. As I got older, I'm still a kid, but anyways, that phrase made less and less sense to me because I've never heard anyone say bread or rice or pasta makes you go crazy. When starch enters your mouth, enzymes in your saliva starts breaking it down into sugar. So you're basically just eating candy, but not candy. I did a little digging, and sure enough, having a few chupa chups doesn't do anything. But why do our parents always say candy makes us act weird? Turns out everything happens up here. And no, kids, this is not an excuse for you to eat candy. Diabetes, cavities, you name it. Back here now. Because of these reasons, it only makes sense for your parents to not let you have that much candy. And back when your parents were kids, they've probably heard this phrase too, and they believe it. So when we eat candy, they observe our behavior much more closely. The things that we do that they don't normally notice become a lot more apparent, creating the illusion that sugar makes you go crazy. The moral of the story, you see what you want to see. Alright, enough random dude on the internet throwing random stuff at me. Time for something fun. Here, pick your favorite color. Did you know that the chances of the two of you choosing the same color are surprisingly high? Happens around 58% of the time. Someone else likes the same color as I do? Amazing, I just got a new pal. But what about the remaining? It's preference, but I have a theory. Take it with a grain of salt. Check out the Vsauce video linked in the description. It's great. Now, banana. You see yellow, I see yellow. But what if your yellow is my blue? I like blue. It's vibrant, fun, and looks great. What more could you ask for? But your blue may look like this. It doesn't look as nice. Maybe you like your yellow. I don't like mine. But that's okay, because yellow may look like this to you. As far as I know, I can appear purple, but I'll never know because I can't go into your head and see what you're seeing. It's called qualia, something only you can experience. Besides possibly seeing different colors, there's another thing that's pretty interesting to me. I will never know if you actually exist or not. Everything can be a computer program. People, cities, the sky, they're just a bunch of code. There's this video called the simulation argument. It turns out that there is something called the simulation hypothesis. The hypothesis suggests that the world we live in, everyone and everything you love and own, is not there. And every sensation, like smell, touch, vision, and hearing, are all simulated. Hence the simulation hypothesis. Now, could everything be a part of the Matrix? It could be, but don't worry, it's just a silly question, a random thought. Believe it or not, the most important inventions came from questions. Right around 1895, the 16-year-old Albert Einstein asked this question: what if I wrote a beam of light across the universe? It became the start of his theory of relativity. Einstein sat down and solved that problem himself. It took him around 10 years before he got his answer because it was a thought that wasn't in anyone else's head. He had to do everything. As fun as traveling at light speed sounds, the laws of physics will never allow him to go that fast. But one thing as fascinating and fantastic as a light speed journey is a question, a thought. Every single invention began with a question. In fact, washing your hands was created by someone that was dubbed crazy. In the 19th century, 18% of women who gave birth at the Vienna General Hospital passed away. A Hungarian physician named Ignaz Semmelweis grew aware of this concerning fact and wanted to solve the problem once and for all. He noticed that the doctors who assisted in the delivery handled dead bodies without washing their hands, transferring diseases to the mothers, ultimately leading to a high death rate. Ignaz then ordered the doctors to clean their hands with a chlorinated lime solution, a disinfectant. Another example of this would be the invention of airplanes. See, we humans don't have wings or the proper body shape. Flying on our own is pretty much impossible. Maybe we can make something that gets us in the air, something like an airplane. All of these inventions began with a thought: what if? If you're still here, I want to give you a big thank you. But don't go yet. I just want you to get one thing. If you want to make something big, it's going to take a while. The light bulb took Edison 2 years to make. He failed over 1,000 times and explored more than 3,000 materials and theories with his team. The first airplane took the Wright brothers almost 4 years to make. Do you have a project that's been sitting in your notebook? It's hard, I know. It takes a lot of focus, effort, knowledge, and courage, and that's enough to deter a lot of people from starting. But think about this: would you rather start right now, grind for a few years, or beat yourself up 5 years down the line for not starting it? Please, don't let your dreams be dreams. Don't say what if, say I will. You can do it. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one.